Courthouse located at 2840 Highway 35 North, Rockport, Texas. And we're going to start with the invocation. Mr. Jerry, would you? Yes, sir. Yep, we just started doing that.
Okay. Father God, we're thankful for the blessings of this new day. And what came to mind to me at 3 o'clock this morning is in Psalms 127:1, which says, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain who build. And unless the Lord guards the gate, the watchman waketh but in vain. And Lord, we have a lot of things going on in this county, a lot of buildings. And I think about the statement too, that says, if you're not in a storm right now, you just came out of a storm or you're headed to a storm. But these commissioners sitting before us today have a lot of storms that they're dealing with. And we know that they need your guidance and your wisdom as to how they're to deal with them. So my prayer this morning for these commissioners is that you inspire them with your wisdom, that the decisions they make will benefit all the citizens of this county. For it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Let's go with the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag, one state, under God, one indivisible. All right. Roll call.
Commissioner Cheney,
Here.
Commissioner Casterline,
Here.
Commissioner Russo. Here. Commissioner Dupnick,
Here.
Judge Scottison.
Here. We've got a full court. At this time, we're gonna have citizens be heard. And Ms. Blanche Dean, you're first. Good morning.
I don't know if my pad's gonna light up in here or not. Might not. But I wanted to tell you, good morning. Some things have changed on Monkey Road, only the music, the drugs and the prostitution now. Big deal. Judge, I can show you all I didn't know how to use my Super Live Plus cameras at first, and now I know how to retrieve everything. So everything that I've been taking pictures of for the last 2 months, I now have. Let's see, last Thursday, about 2:30 in the morning, I get up because that's what I'm trying to do now. I went and sat outside on the front porch, which is the back porch, front porch. And it was real quiet. And I thought, wow, I'm actually going to get to go back to sleep. Now, about 3 seconds later, prostitutes coming down the road on a bicycle screaming F, 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 and half naked. And then a few minutes later, so I walk out to the edge of the driveway so I can get the license plate number because she was running from her John. I guess he wanted to hurt her. All right. Saturday night, I think they were cooking because the last couple of times that they've cooked, when I called the county, which I have that on video too, from the last time I called them when they were cooking, county messed up. Instead of sending somebody there to get the direct smell of where it was coming from, those 2 county officers went into that property, and I have that on video, where they went in there and they go to the backside. It's dark. As soon as, because they're dealing off the corner, it's like stop and go there at 4th and Monkey. As soon as those 2 officers went on that property where the other dealer is, that guy on a bicycle comes out behind them and hauls down back to 12th Street. Saturday night, they were cooking. I guess they were prostituting too. They were parked in that little bit of a driveway to the north of me. And that's on camera. You can see the cars leaving from 4th, stopping there at 4th. I guess it's stop and go, 7-Eleven. And then on the other end of the fence to my neighbors to the south of me, there's a little niche there that they go in. I think they were prostituting there. But at Cresta and Monkey, they've cleared that lot out, and I didn't realize why the neighbors' dogs were always going crazy on that end. Well, there's a little cabana back in there, so that's where I guess they were prostituting and selling drugs right there, because I'd call and say, there's a car on Cresta. Well, those drug dealers have got that street. So when the law comes at one end, they call down at this end and say, law's coming, vice versa. They're working together. That's why nothing can get done back there. Last night, I got it on camera. The guy in the black Suburban that lives down at 12th Street. They made the drugs on Saturday night. It's party time. You can see him. He comes past. He parks right down at the end of the street at the niche. There's two cars and they don't go past because now I moved that camera out where you can see that the cars go all the way if they're going all the way down the end. They don't. They stop right there at the end of the fence. They turn their lights off. Here comes two customers. They meet them right there, turn their lights off. As soon as they do the drug deal, they're gone. That's the way it goes all the time. Monday, I met with, Tuesday, I'm sorry, because Monday was President's Day. I met with Mr. Joey Perez, the new environmental guy. Hi, Mr. Perez. And take them through the neighborhood. There must have been 25, 30 customers the day before. That's during the day. The traffic down that street is not because of the people that live back there, that work back there, that are retired back there. It's all the drug traffic that comes out of those two places. Well, I have a little idea that I'm going to try to talk to the sheriff about to see if we can get this nipped in the bud because it's sickening. It's tiring. You know, Saturday night, I have it on video. When that car pulled into the north of me, that little niche she pulls in, there she's doing her trick right there. At 4th, you can see on the camera, all the cars stopping and going, stopping and going, stopping and going. Never stops. It's 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, every night. Some nights, no, I thought, wow, it's Sunday. Maybe we'll get a break because it's the Lord's Day. Nah, it doesn't stop. All day long yesterday. People walking up and down the street. The little other girl prostitute, she don't come down anymore because I cuss her when she comes down the street. Trying to get them to change. I try to talk to her and say, you know, you need to find God. Get out of this neighborhood because you're going to end up dead like the little girl they found up underneath the mattress at the other end of 12.
Time's up.
Thank you, Ms. Dean. We have Erkin Osbent. Did I say that right? Anybody else here sign up to participate? Going once. All right. They didn't. Is a person online? No. All right, well, maybe next week. We're going to move on to section number 6, presentations and proclamations, item number 1.
I move to table the presentation by Wings Over Rockport 501c3 on the subject of having an air show at the Aransas County Airport.
Second.
Got a motion, got a second? Let's go and vote.
Commissioner Cheney,
Well, this is a presentation. Do we need to vote on this?
No?
Presentations on actions, I'm going.
Okay,
Okay,
well then we'll
That-
just table it.
we're going to table it for next time.
Were they not here or
Did-
something? What?
They weren't ready.
We'll be back in about a month.
Okay. Sounds good.
so we're not going to vote then?
We're not going to vote on it.
Okay, thank you.
But we'll table it.
We're going to table it. We're going to move on to the consent agenda.
Move
Move
to
to
approve.
approve the consent agenda.
I'll
Second
second that.
All right, and the consent agenda includes a couple of donations. We got a donation from Les and Mary Puckett, Children's Foundation, in the amount of $1,500 to the Aransas County Public Library. And we've got a donation from William Klein, an airport user, in the amount of $606.26 to the Aransas County Airport to replace the grounding reel on the self-serve fuel pump. Any discussion?
Do you send a note of acknowledgement to him or does that come from the treasurer's office, Mike? Okay, I just want to be sure that we send. I mean, I want to be sure we send one for all of these. Thank you.
Let's go to vote.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
and Judge Scottleson.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 8.
Move to approve the Friends of the History Center fourth quarter of 2023 report.
Second.
Got a motion, got a second. Ms. Stranahan, good morning.
Pam Stranahan from the Friends of the History Center, and today I have with me Melinda Goodham, who, and with her husband, is actually restoring the Old Bailey House on Church Street. Very important. For the Friends at the History Center, she serves as our treasurer. So we're looking back at the quarter for October to December. I'm so far along, I can hardly remember all that we've done, but here we go. The first thing that we had was an exhibit, which was quite well received. It was called Collectors and Their Collections. And we had over 20 collectors who brought items to put on display and did the talk for the opening. Here you see Wayne White doing the opening talk. Many collectors came, not only for the opening, but on the weekends that we were open especially. And people identified with what they saw in the cases and then related to us what they had at home. So we had probably enough people telling us about their collections to do it again. It's really been a lot of fun. Then we also have Sunday programs. Usually we have 3 Sunday programs that accompany every exhibit. And a small audience because that's what we have at the History Center. About 25 people can come on a Sunday afternoon. Then we sort of changed that collection theme over to look at Christmas and featured holiday celebrations with collections of Santas and nutcrackers. So here you see scenes from that particular time period. People really enjoyed that. They especially enjoyed many of the exhibits that actually Melinda set up for us. We also worked really hard, since we're a small kind of boutique museum, to go and partner with other organizations in the community. So we set up at Fulton Night Out during that last quarter, and we participated in Harbor Haunts at the Maritime. And we also went to the Fulton Mansion Victorian Christmas event. And we continue to collaborate on the Smithsonian exhibit called Crossroads that'll be here in January of 2025. Our publicity is pretty traditional. We always send out postcards to our members, informing them of what's coming up, as well as keeping them informed with social media. We really appreciate all of the effort that goes into taking care of the History Center by the county, especially Renee Butler and Jennifer Hurd have kept up with projects at the History Center as new things come up. The other thing that we do is outreach to local civic organizations. Anybody who requests can get a program for us called Voices from the Past. Dave Krotsky, one of our board members, does those presentations, as well as I do them also. And here you see a lineup of the different characters that render their voices to our exhibit. And then 2 close-ups of a Karankawa Indian and of James Power, who are some of the important people that we talk about in our exhibit. And then we also had a really good time during this quarter with youth who came. For 4 weeks, we had Odyssey after school for 3 afternoons. So that was like 12 times that we saw kids from the Odyssey after school program. And that made it possible for us to work with a small group at a time. That was really a very valuable way to bring kids to the History Center. And finally, we have an appreciation dinner every year. This year, we had several awards given. Maggie Eckhart was named Volunteer of the Year. She really put a lot of hours into organizing our library and continues to work with that. It's not quite up to her standards, but it will be soon. And then Tracy English on the right, you see here, presented a check from the LAC class, from the Leadership Aransas County class, to complete their commitment to us in 2023. What we have now, I just have to mention, is an exhibit called Healing Hands. And it's about the pharmacies and doctors who've been in Aransas County over the years. Again, people are really enjoying that. I'll report on it next time. But we will have a cemetery tour this Sunday at 2 o'clock. And the idea was to take a survey of tombstones and see who maybe died during the 1918 Spanish flu epidemic. That's one of the things you can learn from a cemetery. And we have interest from the middle school students who are in the Armadillo Gang now, and they are going to come and work with us. About 6 or 8 students from that middle school are going to come and be part of the presentations in the cemetery on Sunday. So we hope you'll join us.
I might just a comment. I have 2 grandchildren in middle school right now. And the boy, Grayson, he went to the cemetery tour. And he was just amazed. He said, "There's a lot of people there older than you, Papa." I told him he
anyway,
couldn't go
yeah.
anymore.
Any way to get them interested.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. But, you know, the History Center here, you said like it's a boutique type thing, and that's really true to a great degree. But y'all span so many different topics and everything. It's never dull. I
Thank
mean,
you.
it's not like you go to the same thing year after year after year and hear the same thing. You know, you go in the afternoon, you don't hear what you heard in the morning. Y'all do just an incredible job.
Thank you.
I attended a couple of those presentations, and the one with Monty Rouquette, where he was talking about cattle ranching, I think we had well over 30 people. And that little house was jammed, but it was so fun. So just keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
and Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0.
Move
I-
to approve the appointment of members to the Aransas Pathway Steering Committee.
I'll second that. And I have just one addition.
Okay.
Under the history representative, which is Pam Stranahan, I noticed that the year wasn't on there.
Oh, okay.
And I went back and looked at the resolution and it's 2025. So can we just amend that?
All
I
right.
amend my motion to include the change in
I'll
correction
second
in
that.
the year.
We got a motion, we got a second. And do commissioners have any, you want to discuss?
Are any of the people here that might?
I
want to-
don't
Shelley's
see.
here.
Shelley's here.
Pam?
And
Pam. I'll name them. So we got Pat Rousseau. She's going to be the county representative. The city of Rockport, that position is open. They didn't give us a name. Mary Ann Pallmeyer, if I said that right, Town of Fulton. Jatin Bhakta, he's going to be marketing outreach. Rebecca Rylander is going to be the birding representative. Pam Stranahan, the history representative. Rich Connell, trails representative. Jen Nolan, kayaking representative. Shelley Steckler at large. Jim Farnsworth at large, and Earl Matthews at large. And that is your 11-person committee. All right, no other discussion. Let's go and vote.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye. Passes 5-0. Item number 10.
I move to approve the order number 0-03-2024. Aransas County Animal Control Order to establish a rabies control program, regulate registration and of certain animals, designate a local control authority, regulate dangerous dogs, prohibit dogs running at large, prohibit the inhumane treatment of animals, and provide penalties pursuant to chapters 821, 822, and 826 of the Texas Health and Safety Code, and the order here within.
I'll second that.
Got a motion, got a second. Good morning, Caitlin.
So I'd like to present and hopefully get approved by the commissioners and the judge today. The new revised Aransas County animal orders. These have been a work in progress for many years. Previous and current employees of Aransas County have been working on these. The revision includes, but not limited to, the updated regulations on the outdoor acts for animals being on tie-outs, as well as a 2-tier system that will help strictly enforce subchapter B to the dangerous dog laws. It kind of gives us a little bit more to enforce instead of just citable offenses. Aransas County Animal Care Services would really appreciate the approval of these orders so we can uphold so we can hold pet owners more accountable for their animals and their actions, but more importantly, keep the citizens and the responsible pet owners in the Aransas County safe. I would gladly answer any questions or concerns that may happen regarding to these orders.
Okay, I had a couple, and I understand at the beginning when you're showing the definitions and you say these things are synonymous. But I'm still curious, if you go to page 6, under section 3.3 and 3.4. You start out responsibility of, and overall, it's a tremendous work. 29 pages, thanks very much. I was reading this for a long time. But responsibility of Aransas County Animal Control Authority, but then you start out Aransas County Animal Care Services. That's just a little confusing. And then section 3.4 starts out Director of Aransas County Animal Care. And then it says Commissioners Court hereby creates the position of Director of Animal Control, even though the section starts with Director of Aransas County Animal Care.
Oh, yes, ma'am, I can see that. So I can get that fixed to where it actually says Aransas County Animal
Okay.
Care.
Well, I personally would much rather see it say control, because to me that, you know, they're probably better, but they're still out of control in the county.
Mhm.
After we changed it to care, I think we got much more lax in getting nuisance animals off the streets and out of people's yards.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I understand that and that conception of it as well. The main importance of wanting to change Aransas County Animal Care was not that we just control animals, but we also try to make sure that the quality that is going on is also caring about the county. It's not just caring about the animals, it's caring about its citizens, it's caring about the regulations, it's caring about the orders and the ordinances. It's not just pertaining just to the animals.
But it starts with containing the animals. I mean, it starts with the control of the animals, because without that, the rest of the stuff has no meaning.
Correct.
So,
But there's also the point of you have to be able to have some sort of care to be able to make sure that this is going to be upholdable, that you're going to make sure that these animals are being kept by their owners responsible for them being where they need to be. Their owner responsibility is the biggest part that needs to be fixed, is owners being accountable for their actions for their animals.
This order is
That's what-
animal control
I guess some people interpret things different. To me, the owner needs to control them. We need to control the owners. I disagree. I agree to disagree, I guess, because I think if you don't get them off the street, you're failing right off. You know, I don't know. I'm
Understand.
not happy at all with, I really think it's better since you've taken over, but I think we still have a long way to go to get nuisance animals off the streets.
One
I mean-
thing this order is, it says it's an animal
Yeah.
control order, not animal care order.
Yes,
So,
sir.
And it's important too, when you have the, I won't say abandoned animals, or if they're in your custody, you have to take care of them, so it's important. And also, it's just reminding people that they have, some of it is that an owner has a responsibility to take care of their animals also, and that's stressed in this order from that standpoint. I think we had conversation though, I think it'd be important to at least, publicize this in some, different ways, whether social media, or whether it might be on the county's page or your page. Because one thing, a lot of people don't realize that everyone who has a dog in this county, or even has cats, they have responsibilities. Dogs have to have them registered and tagged, and it's surprising how few people know that.
Yes, sir. There's that misconception that, well, my dog got its rabies tag at the vet's office, that it's registered. And I'm like, no, that just means you have a certification or certificate for that rabies. It doesn't have anything to do with the county. We don't see that. The vets don't always give us all of that information. So getting them licensed with us with that rabies, not only do we know that your animals are up to date on shots, but in the instance of your animal getting out and it has that tag on it, we can actually look in our system and get it home instead of having to wait for the vet to open or any of that. We can just do a quick thing. Plus, we also do free microchipping with every license that we get, so.
I think
I think it's tremendous. You've done it a huge amount of work on this and I salute you for that. But it does say animal control order.
We can get that.
Okay,
We can revise and get that fixed.
okay, thank you.
I think one of the programs that y'all have going on right now that's going to help in the long run is the chipping
Yes, sir.
program. That, you know, it's hard to find an owner for an animal that's not chipped.
Right.
And
And
that's not only for lost animals that you recover, but for animals that have caused the trouble that you can tie back to the owner. I think that's a really good program. And of course, the rabies, you know, there's nothing any worse than a rabies outbreak. That's,
Oh, yeah.
it has not caused rabies to be prevented 100%, but I would say over what it was in the 50s, and the 60s, whenever they were having the rabies scare all over, especially in Texas, you know, you could get rabies from everything really. And the rabies vaccine has done an amazing job in helping. I don't think you ever eradicate it, but in helping control it to a manageable, you know, position.
Right. And the microchipping too, it helps with the dumping.
Right.
We're noticing a substantial amount of animals just being left behind, not just by their owners that may be driving over here from other counties and leaving them. But even as far as people that are tenants from, especially when all of the evictions were going on, a lot of tenants were leaving their animals left in those apartments and those townhomes and those.
What are the other communities doing, like Aransas Pass and Sanpete County, Ingleside, Taft and everything? Are they pushing for chipping over there too?
Everywhere is actually trying to more do chipping than necessarily pet licensing. The chipping just is a lot faster.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter where you are or anything. It's universal and we don't have to wait anybody to open. Usually their programs that they're with, you can get a hold of them immediately. There's only one that we've ever ran into since I've been with Animal Care that it was only strictly you have to get a hold of the people by email. But that was only one. But we try to make sure that when we have people come in, we do educate them with the people, like certain programs that you can register your chip with that we can be able to access easily.
And that should help a lot with overcrowding and that sort of thing, because if you can find out where the animals go, or where they came from, not rather where they go, but where they came from, then, you know, we can get the animals out quicker.
Yes, sir. Actually, a lot of what we're dealing with right now, we've been able to maintain a pretty stable number because we are having a lot of owners come forth. We're having a lot of animals have tags or microchips. And then our officers do some investigation work by talking to the neighbors and being like, oh, we know this one from this house or so forth. We do try to not have to bring it in unless it's the absolute necessary. Just because of the population is already, we're sustaining a good number, but we're like at that line of getting it to where it might get too far.
I think you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Where do they put the chips in dogs and cats? Do
It's
they
in
have-
between the shoulder blades, but there is a part that sometimes they do shift, they do move, because it's just in between the skin and the muscle.
Yeah, some animals, they find that they migrate or.
Yeah, sometimes they're found in their legs or their paws or on their sides. So we literally scan the whole animal, kind of like the airport does, so.
All right, well, thank you so much. I know this is a lot of hard work and I appreciate everything you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go and vote.
Commissioner Cheney,
Did we have a motion, to change it to animal control rather than animal care? Does that require?
No, it
change to a
actually,
motion?
because of the definitions, I mean, it's good. Unless you wanted to amend who set the motion?
I think you
Oh,
need a
okay.
motion, but I would like to,
I can amend the motion.
Right.
So what was your statement?
Hard to hear you when you turn the other direction.
but just the part where it says Director of Animal Control and then it says Director of Animal Care Services.
On page 6.
I think it needs to be consistent. I just soon table it and bring it back next meeting. It's a wonderful document, but
I don't think
we
it's
need-
really, I don't think it's really relative. I mean.
Right, there's a definitions part where they're interchangeable. It
Okay,
covers
well, I'll
that.
draw my
I don't think
attention.
what it says in there is not as important as what's done in day-to-day
No, I agree with that.
control or care or whatever.
Right.
No matter if it says
I have a
that or
problem
not.
with
So we're gonna go ahead and vote them.
We're gonna go and vote.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick.
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 11.
I move to approve accepting and awarding the insecticides mosquito control chemical bids for fiscal year 2024.
Second.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. This is our annual bid. We are taking the low bidder for all products, for all the chemical products.
Are you doing any spraying right now?
They did spray last Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yes, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll have to look at what the weather report is for this week to see what we're going to be doing. I did want to point out in this bid that we do have the option to do bulk chemical, and I'll talk about that later with number 17. But that will be a great savings for the county to be able to purchase our chemicals in bulk.
And on this, did the yellow and green have any significance? I couldn't find a legend.
Actually, I don't have my phone with me. I mean, I don't have internet service. I'm with Verizon, so I relied on everything to be able to pull it up. I don't believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was just a little hard to understand.
All right. Gonna vote.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick.
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 12.
Move to approve the plans, specifications, and contract bid documents for 3 hazard mitigation grant project, standby generator installation projects for Aransas County, Texas, and to authorize G&W Engineers, Inc. to solicit for construction bids. The 3 generator projects consist of the airport field lighting DR-4332-0197, the Road and Bridge Office DR-4332-0202, and Transfer Station DR-4332-0203. The generators are FEMA disaster recovery approved projects with funding and subaward agreements through the Texas Department of Emergency Management.
Second.
Got a motion, got a second. Good morning, Marcel. Again,
Good afternoon. This is a project, these projects have been worked on for the last several years. We're finally getting to where we can get them out to bid, and we're very anxious to do that. And hopefully in 45 days, we'll have a contractor and then we'll get these things going.
Are these LP or are they gasoline or diesel?
I actually don't know what kind of generator they are. Diesel?
Collins did diesel.
Diesel.
Right.
And the Director of Public Facilities has reviewed these or is familiar with these?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good, thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick. Judge Garza.
aye, passes 5-0. Item number 13.
Extending the real estate purchase and sale agreement between Rockwood Property and LLC, CC Land Holdings, LLC, and Aransas County, Texas by 30 days for the purchase of approximately 972.952 acres of land out of the A6 Joseph Brazilian survey, J. Smith survey, and A14 Alselmo Regala survey near Cape Valero and 1751 FM.
Should be 81.
1781. Actually, right. 1781 FM.
Yeah.
In Aransas County for $2,354,000. Provide additional time to finalize agreement for the receipt of grant funds from the Go Mesa program. CMP cycle 29 for the projects of special merit and authorize the county judge to execute necessary documents.
I'll
Second.
second that.
We got a motion, we got a second, but I do want to make a correction. Commissioner Dupnick, you said I'm sorry, you said 2,354,000, but it's just 50,000.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge. Well, I used to saying that. To
I'm not used to saying over 200.
you.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm here to answer questions about the grant. Ms. Janae Evans is here to answer questions about the actual purchase agreement as a realtor for the project. So
My main question would be, you really think 30 days is enough? I mean, I know we're waiting, we're dealing with the grant people to get everything approved and if hate to come back and do it again if
I don't think that'll be necessary. We have the draft agreement that we've been working on, and we should have it within the next week or so. This is really just to give us an additional bit of cushion time. Should be ready pretty quickly.
And we're 5 months into the due diligence period already, so.
Yeah.
Far along.
Has the GLO indicated when we will receive confirmation of the funding?
Yes, ma'am. They believe they should be within a week. Well, they're optimistic that it should be within a week. And so we're wanting to do this just to be sure.
Within a week from
confirmation-
now?
The GLO thought they would probably be done within a week from last week when we met regarding it. So we're hopeful that I would hazard to say at the end of next week, we should have a finalized agreement.
Okay,
But
thank you.
confirmation is not the same as getting the money.
Funded.
Correct.
It's gonna be quite a while before we get the money.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Gudison.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 14.
Move to approve the Tiger Field Athletic Complex lease agreement.
I'll second that.
Got a motion, got a second. Do we have any questions from commissioners?
I do.
Yes.
I have to find it first. Okay.
Sure.
So on page 5, and this might be for Eric. And I realize some things we have to have in just because the government says so, whether it necessarily makes sense or not. But there's a clause or section in there saying workers' compensation or self-insured employee coverage. And it talks about they have to have that kind of insurance. If there are no employees, only volunteers, would this still apply?
If there's no employees, then they wouldn't need to provide that insurance,
Okay.
but it is a standard contract clause in all of the county contracts.
All right, thanks very much.
I also have Eric, Judge, I have another question.
Yes.
On page 3, it'll be the third full paragraph says exterior maintenance of grounds. I understood in our discussion that the Tiger Field entity was going to take care of all the maintenance as far as mowing and things like that. This says that the county will maintain landscaping around Tiger Field. And I'm just curious if that still plays in.
Typically, the person in charge of it, they do, Renee, can you come up and correct me if I'm wrong, but they do the field. And I think the little section in front of between the parking lot and the field, there's a part that the county takes care of, and then there's a part that Road and Bridge takes care of. I believe the easement, but
That's
That's
correct.
correct. Okay,
Oh.
okay. Thank you for clarifying that, Judge.
yeah, but we will still, the county will still mow around.
We'll mow on the easement on the culvert side, a strip that goes back to the basketball courts and along the entire culvert front side.
Okay,
And I do believe the Road and Bridge and the city mow on the north side. And the new folks will be mowing the ball fields and the picnic area.
okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you both.
Renee, I don't know if you know it, but on the west side of this property, there's actually some trails back in there that don't appear that we've maintained them in a long time. Can you maybe?
There's a trail and it's actually partly asphalted.
Yeah.
Along through the ball field or, excuse me, through the grandstands. And then when it goes on the north side, it's just dirt and rock, or excuse
No,
me,
I'm
grass.
talking about back toward the road. It would probably be the northwest corner of the property that actually right now looks like it's solid brush, but there are actually trails that wind through that brush. And I know a long time ago, we went in there and cleaned them, but I was passing by it a few days ago and just
I'm aware,
check it out and see what,
right, I'm aware of the trails, but we did not maintain the trails. We just maintained the grass right away in the culvert side.
I know, but they are county trails that
And
there
we,
was a grant received to do them, so we probably should at least sometime do a little maintenance on them, or
I think it's in
how about checking it?
I'm unaware of
How
the
about
grant.
checking it out? And yeah, the whole thing was done with a grant. When Tiger Field was created, we got a grant from the Parks and Wildlife. And part of it was there's some trails built over there and some of the stuff that was a
Right.
ball field but
Well,
if you
we
would
we most certainly can take care of.
check out that part of it and see what you think.
Okay. Okay. Do we have, I guess I would need to look
Like a
at the
map?
grant as
Oh.
well, see what we're supposed to be paying for.
Yeah, probably Jackie and them have it. They're used to.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 15.
Move to approve change order number 13 from Teal Construction for the following changes. CPR 84, reduced black size, deduct $4,345 to change the 5-foot diameter plaque to a 3-foot diameter plaque, and CPR 86 to add data and power in DC A210 and DC Lobby A208. Add $18,019 and 5 impact days. 5 impact days.
We got a motion?
Wait a minute, I need
Nope. Yeah.
okay, and I don't know if I read that the $4,345 is a deduct.
I'll second the motion.
All right. Got a motion. We got a second.
I recommend to the county that we postpone and reject this change order simply because we're missing some critical information and prices that was not provided to us at the time that the change order was written.
Did we know that the other day when we had the meeting in the JP's courtroom?
But that's when we discovered it.
Okay, I wonder why we have it on the agenda today then. I'll strike my motion and move to table.
I'll second it.
that.
All right. Motion on the floor is the table. Let's go and vote.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 16.
I move to approve Jackie Cockrum being appointed county auditor of and for the county of Aransas, Texas, effective February 1st, 2024, to serve at the pleasure of the district judges of the 36th, 156th, and 343rd judicial districts for a term not to exceed 2 years, and her compensation is set at $102,146.64 per annum, payable out of the general fund of Aransas County, Texas, in equal biweekly installments, together with any and all increases as permitted by law.
I'll second that.
Got a motion, got a second. Do we need any discussion? Perfect.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Congratulations. You got 2 more years. Woohoo.
I hope you want them.
Thank
Good. Good answer.
you. Item number 17.
Move to approve revised job description for transfer station senior mechanic.
I'll second it.
We've got a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. This is for making our transfer station mechanic into a senior transportation mechanic. When I looked at the job descriptions between the two, there were just a couple of items that were different. We have been working with our mechanic all this year, all of 2023, to have him start doing budgeting, to have him start doing preventative maintenance scheduling himself. If you look at our weekly meetings that we have with the transfer station supervisor and myself, you can see that he's doing an excellent job of keeping all of our equipment up and running. I also wanted to point out a couple of things where he has saved the county some significant dollars. He was able to get the JVC loader from Road and Bridge and get that back up and running for us. And that's when we did a transfer. We traded that item for another item that they would like to have. So that saved the county transfer station about, if we were to have to purchase, well, this one back in 1996, again, it's an old one, but it was $62,000 back then. And so we think we can use this one for about the next 2 or 3 more years. And then we'll be able to purchase a newer one. So he got that thing back up and running for about $3,000 to $4,000. He also took a mechanic service truck that was going into, I think it's called salvage? Surplus, I'm sorry, surplus. He got that thing back and up and running, and that is what he's using as his service vehicle. We're hoping we can keep that thing going for another 2 or 3 more years. And when that was purchased back in 2005, that was $19,000. He got our dump trailer that had been sitting out in the yard. We had 2 of them. He had to scavenge off one of them, got the other one back up and running. So we can now do 2 loads a day, 2 transports a day, and get 4 roll-offs down there instead of doing 4 drives a day. So that alone saves about $100 in gas per day. So about $2,000 a month is saved just because he was able to get that back up. And then he also got our mosquito bulk tank, which I was talking about earlier with chemicals. He got that back up and running. This will be the first time that we can order bulk mosquito chemicals, and that should save the county anywhere between, depending how much we order, $20,000 for the first tank of 1,000 gallons. So $20,000 to $40,000 just this year alone will be saved on mosquito chemicals. So he's doing an excellent job. We really value him. We are a public service, so when our machine goes down, we have to either close our gates, put it out on Facebook that we can't do this, can't do that, or get it back up and running as quickly as possible, which Sean does. So,
What's,
Good.
what's the gentleman's name?
John Cortez,
And the pay group change was what?
he went from a 14 to a 17.
And when we're going to talk about the salary study in a little bit, under the transfer station, this position isn't listed. Is that because we're getting ready to approve it?
Correct.
So will there still be a mechanic position and we're adding, or we're taking the old mechanic position, making it senior mechanic?
We're gonna take the. Yeah, I'm gonna take the existing position and replace it with the senior mechanic.
That's because of becoming more and more involved in the budgeting and the administration of that particular area.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
When he needs assistance, he's able to use one of our transfer station guys to help him hold stuff up. So we don't really have a secondary mechanic at this time. Don't know if we need one in the future. That'll be a couple years from now. We'll be able to determine.
Sounds
Under
valuable.
under physical description, physical demands rather. I just had a question because it says he should have the ability to move objects weighing up to 20 pounds. And that's really, I think in a job like that, normally it's anywhere from, 50 to 75 or 100 pounds. So I just think if something was to happen down the line, if he was it protects the county. We had that weight limit change.
Yeah, I can make that edit and put in the 50 pounds before he signs the job description.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Do we need to amend the motion then to approve this job description with that change in the weight limit?
Be clear.
We're gonna change it from he can lift 20 pounds to he can lift 50 pounds. He has not signed the job description yet. He'll do that later this week.
think it'd be a good idea.
physically,
Yeah.
but it could come down in the, if there's an injury or him agreeing to what he's doing. In the long run, it could save us and him both, or any employee actually.
Concerned about liability to the county.
Who made the motion? Just amend it.
I did. I'll amend my motion to make that change in the job description to 50 pounds.
I'll second it.
All right.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
and Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Thank you, El. Item number 18.
Move to approve changes to job descriptions for several departments. Changes are for duties, no change in pay. Update job descriptions were requested to prepare for a salary study. I'll second it.
Got a motion, got a second. Good morning,
Good morning.
Ms. Upton.
Morning.
So I provided the red line versions that were requested last time.
Thank you for that.
Yes, ma'am.
I had a couple of questions, and I'm glad Mike's here. On the airport, and this is really terrific, so thank you. You and the department heads, whoever did all this. On the airport attendant, part-time, regular, there's a note on there, and I realize they're probably gonna be doing most of what the full-time airport attendant does. But it says may assume the duties of the airport manager in that person's absence. Are we really gonna have a part-time employee assume the duties of the airport manager?
Oh, I wouldn't think so. So that probably needs to be taken out. I didn't realize that was in there on the part-time. I don't, for some reason, I don't remember looking at the part-time. I probably did, but we haven't had part-time in quite some time. In fact, I don't budget for part-time anymore. I budget for temporary.
Yeah, I didn't think you still had a part-time person out there,
I don't have any part-time, no ma'am.
and it's not in your budget?
It's not in the budget. I haven't had the budget for 5 or 6 years since Harvey, 7 years almost now. So we can really,
Get rid of?
we can either get rid of it or shelve it, but I don't foresee a need for part-time going forward. Temporary is more appropriate for summer help or internship, that sort of thing.
So what are you gonna do? Leave that job description out or?
You want to go and pull that job
think so.
description or,
Yes, I can pull it.
all right,
I
cool.
made a note.
And then under, come back, Mike. Under airport manager, I know the position has changed somewhat from what was before,
Yes, ma'am.
but under summary of position, for the last few years at least, it seems like you've been putting a lot of time or some time into long-term strategic planning for expansion of services. I just thought that was something you might want to put in there. And under organizational relationships, where you put, TxDOT, FAA, the EPA and other things. The airport advisory board's not in, it is listed later in the job description. But that's a monthly relationship, and I just thought that was something that might be added.
Okay, and I don't have any issue with that. I think we could add those things. So you said long-term planning. What about marketing? Did you include that?
Marketing was in
Is it in there?
there,
Okay, so planning then.
but I don't know it's under the summary of positions, but it does talk later about marketing.
Okay, so planning, long-term planning, and then relationships with the airport advisor. Yeah.
Is that all you had?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Who made the motion? You want to amend the motion to make those changes? And that is to pull the part-time airport
Did I make the
attendant.
motion? Who made that motion?
It was
Make the
Castor.
motion. I'll amend the motion to
to
make
pull-
those changes and delete the one job description that we talked about. And I mean, I think it's,
I'll second that.
All right,
Commissioner Cheney.
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
and Judge Garza.
aye, passes 5-0. Item number 19.
Okay, so for this one, I added the list of.
Need that motion. Sorry.
Uh,
sorry.
I move to approve a request to solicit a request for proposal for a salary study conducted to collect and analyze data on wages and salaries. The purpose of the salary study is to help employers and employees understand what different jobs pay in different geographical areas and to identify trends in wages, or excuse me, in wage and salary levels.
Okay. So
Do
for
I have a
this one-
second?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Second.
All right, we got a second.
I'm just ready to go. So for this one, I added the list of jobs for each department as requested. So that was the attachment.
That was terrific. Thank you very much for doing that.
You're welcome.
Any
Commission-
questions?
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
I,
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Gotcha.
Aye, passes 5-0. Thank you. Item number 20.
Move to approve
Oh,
the
yes.
assistant.
The Commissioner, you have a,
I was just gonna say, Desiree, if you like, I would give you my notes from those job descriptions afterwards.
Okay, thank you. Yes, that'd be helpful.
I move to approve the assistant county engineer position. County engineer will mentor the assistant county engineer, so the assistant may fill the engineer's position when he retires. Once the assistant county engineer is promoted to county engineer, the assistant position will not be filled. The proposed salary for the assistant county engineer is group 29, which equates to $83,544 annually. The salary is below the salary of contiguous counties. Nueces County is $105,164.80. There was not an assistant county engineer position in San Patricio County or Calhoun County to compare rates, but David Reed and Desiree Upton gathered several assistant county engineer job posting from other counties in Texas.
I'll second that.
got a motion, got a second. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we know that David is going to retire this year, so this position is in place so that he can help train his new replacement. And
Yeah.
so it won't be kept after David retires.
Does this particular motion or presentation here, that almost acts like it's a guarantee for the assistant engineer, but what if the assistant engineer doesn't work out? Or for some reason, they don't want to take it, that seems like that prevents us from looking out until that position is empty again. So I guess my question is, how are we going to fill that position to have a good feeling that that's somebody that can possibly replace David at some lower level?
You don't think he can do the job and terminate, he never gets there.
Well, but it says that we're hiring him to do that. Is that a problem? Is that an issue?
No, so I mean, everybody has a 5-month probationary period. So if he's not going to work out, we can open up the
Okay.
position again.
Okay, good.
I have a question on the 5-year period. I really question if that's sufficient to have someone with 5 years' experience when you look at the job description, because that person will be a standalone position without any support in the county. And I don't know, maybe David had an idea, or if I know this is a standard thing, but just a concern.
I think 5 years is a minimum. I would certainly like to find somebody with more experience than that. If you want to change this to 10 years and make that, I don't know, 120,000 a year.
Well, I understand it goes with more money, but by the same token, when David's gone, we need to have somebody that has a real, I'm gonna say, real life experience
Right.
to be able to make decisions that'll guide the county properly.
Don't you
Yeah.
think having it lower just makes your pool for applicants higher to choose from? I mean, when you do the interview,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to make that judgment. I mean, you might find somebody with less than, say, 10 years that you think is better than the others. I mean, I think it just widens the field of applicants.
I agree with
I
what
mean,
you're
it's
saying.
up to whoever hires to make the final decision.
I agree with what you're saying.
My thought was this was a minimum, but when we advertise for it, the last 5 to 10 or something like that. So more of a range.
And this position is gonna be hired by Commissioners Court, so this court will be doing the hiring. Is that correct?
I don't think.
I don't think so.
Oh,
No.
This is.
The assistant would be David.
oh, okay.
Heard state statute, but I will let you meet him.
Or her.
It would probably be our decision if we promoted him to the,
Yeah.
take your job.
Absolutely.
All right,
I would
appreciate it.
suggest under the education experience and training, adding management experience. And then I don't know if it has a heading or not, but where it says valid Texas driver's license, just below that, Texas professional engineer license or ability to receive license within 6 months, I would just add of hire,
Add what? I'm sorry.
to add within 6 months of hire.
Of higher. Okay.
I mean, I know that's probably what we're understanding, but I just like to have it in print. And I didn't have a current pay group. And I didn't want to email Tana over the weekend and ask her to get me one. That's okay, but is 83,544 step 1 of pay group 29? Okay, then I would suggest going to like pay group 28, because as I was looking through these other job descriptions, and thank you so much for putting them in there, they show ranges. And so we could show whatever pay group 28, 1 through 3 is. And I think 3 would end up being the 83,544, wouldn't it? And that would give us a little bit of flexibility as just a trade-off.
So Desiree, can you tell us a little bit of why you picked that group?
Well, for group 29, I was thinking the same. It could be between 1 to 3 steps for pay group 29. 83 seems, I know high, but it seems low compared to the other counties' pay for the same job position, especially Nueces, which is right next door. Their assistant's making 105,000 and ours would be making 83 to, is it 86,000 for step 3 on 29? 87. So it's just giving David some room for 83 to 87 for this position.
Well, I made the motion. I don't want to change it because I'm real happy with Desiree's performance and I don't think we should micromanage her. Let her, she's doing a good job. Let
Thank
her
you.
do her job.
But are we going to put those 2 things in there about management experience and within 6 months of hire?
Yes.
Yes,
I
ma'am,
think
I made
those
the
are
note.
That'd be fine to me, with me, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
and Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Thank you. Item number 21.
Move to approve budget line item transfer for the 2023 budget.
Second.
We have none at this time. I will be bringing some line item transfers as well as budget amendments at the next meeting.
When you bring those, Jackie, will we have them beforehand to take a look at it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 22.
I move to approve the accounts payable and payroll/payroll liabilities.
I'll second that.
Y'all have the list of the payables and payroll and stuff. They are all normal. I would like to add or point out for the downtown anchor, the courthouse, we've paid PGAL $8,685.47. New Stout is doing the Rattlesnake Point Road, and they had 4 invoices, 4 or 5, 7 through 11, that totaled $1,605,661.75. Brizzo had 2 invoices. They're doing Southeast Aransas drainage. Their total was $481,330.33. And DLF, who is doing the community building,
was $166,444.46. For ARPA funds, we had two vendors. The T. Baker Smith is the engineers for the water tank at the detention center. The invoice of $475,075. Mammoth Foundation for the generator that was for animal control and agri-life, $100,938.42. And then Teal's Construction for the downtown anchor for the courthouse was $595,619.53. I also gave y'all a invoice we received Friday afternoon, the invoice for the balance of our property and windstorm insurance. Last meeting, y'all approved the $565,418, but the balance of it is $389,577.20 that I would need to also pay with this payment. It is not included in the accounts payable. I would need to get that added.
I would move to include that in the motion.
I'll second it.
All right, thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Gutsa.
Aye, passes 5-0. At this time, we'll hear reports from commissioners, elected officials, and or department heads. No action will be taken.
I wanted to take a moment and just thank the fire department and all the services that are involved. We've had a lot of fires this month. And I had 3 fires just in precinct 1. I'm sure we've had some in others, but we are so fortunate to have the fire departments and all of the other agencies around, not only our fire department, but not only the 3 here in the county, but other around us. So we continue to appreciate them. And I can tell you that without them around and just having to depend on ourselves, that'd be so much work for the folks. And anyway, I just want to thank them for doing that.
Thank you. And then I want to introduce to the court, or I'll let Elle do the introductions. Thank you.
Hello, Judge and Commissioners. I wanted to introduce our new Director of Environmental Health, Anthony Van Meter, just so you guys all have his name in his face and you know who to contact from now on.
How y'all doing? And Anthony made a lateral move. He was working at the jail. He was a sergeant at the jail. So he'll be leading that section and getting a lot of training in the next few months. He's gonna do well.
Almost like she was throwing you under the bus saying, don't call me.
Yeah.
You guys are lucky I didn't give out his cell number. Cell number is sure to be out there. Okay. And then we also wanted to introduce Joey Perez. Joey is our new code enforcement. He is coming from Port Lavaca. He is well trained up. And Joey is with precinct 1 and 2.
Hello, Joey. I live here in the county,
Good.
so
Congratulations to both of y'all. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. Appreciate it. Thank you.
thank you.
Look forward to working with you.
And then we do have one more new employee. He is not here today. Scott Fenner. He is our new OSSF. He's been with us for about 3 weeks now, 3, maybe 4 weeks now. He did pass his DR test last week, so he is certified. He's
Tell us
ready to
what
go.
the initials stand for.
I'm sorry, what?
Just for the general
OSSF.
public, tell us what the initials stand for.
Oh, designated representative. So he's the designated representative for Aransas County, so he can go out there and do septic inspections.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
All right.
And sign off on septic permits.
Good.
Renee, you got anything? You good? Caitlin? Yeah.
Just kind of a update again that we are doing adoption events the 1st and the 3rd weekends on Saturdays from 11 to 3 for adoption events. So anybody's able to come and adopt animal. Hopefully we can get more out than we have coming in. So
Thank you. Thank you. Mike? Nope, you're good. All right. We'll move on to reports about items of community interest. No action will be taken. Anybody for the community got anything? All right. Do we need a closed session? Appreciate it. Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to convey. Adjourn, sorry.
Commissioner,
We got a motion. We got a second by Commissioner Dupnick.
okay, Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
and Judge Goodison.
Aye. Thank you. We are adjourned.